It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and you asked for it, so I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to plant out this beautiful concrete planter. We're here in Mission Hills. I just want you to see how easy this is. Yesterday, Gordon used the cement bit and poked 4 holes, 5 holes, 6 holes in the fountain proper for drainage. We did not poke any holes in this little upper because I don't want to see them. It just felt too dicey. But as long as we restrict water into this top layer, we'll be fine. And if you live in an area where that's not possible due to rain, you could put fiberglass in here, or I don't know, be creative. All right. So first thing that I do when I'm looking at something like this is I want my bigger things first. So I'm going to start with these cool little echeveria. That's what you do. I know a lot of you tend to get analysis paralysis and are a little intimidated to start a project. But remember, just start, and it'll tell you what's next. With these plants, it's kind of important that you understand how they're going to grow. But this is also a great way to learn, because you can always mix it up and change it around as time passes and things start to grow. So knowing what I know will obviously bear impact on how I plant and where I plant. Now you can plant the whole 1 gallon can, or you can break it up for parts. It's completely up to you and your aesthetic. I'm going to save my little sedums and my smaller things for the front. So the first thing I'm going to do is pack, some of the bigger plants in the back. Grab a couple of these guys. Why does nothing have tags or labels today? I think this is Sedivaria. I think. This one wants to break up. Hi, Marin. Okay. Right? Oh, go for it. Then I also want to add my spillers. Gordon saved the day and brought these wonderful Senecio from his house. He's been propagating these. So I'm going to take one of these. I like my spillers off to the side, but you do you. And the soil that I'm using in here is just can dirt and potting soil from the home store. Okay. Where's that big echeveria? Oh, here it is. Yeah. Here's a big red. I'll throw him in right here. How fabulous is that? Don't be shy about using larger plants. It looks amazing. Okay. Big.
If you're ever unsure, too, you can always just place the cans in before.
Yeah, you can place the cans in, and step back and move them around. But remember, too, these plants aren't delicate. So, you get it stuck in there and you want to move it, go for it. See this space that I have that's been created? We've got the Senecio and then this ledge. I can plant right on top of that, no problem. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of these little sedums that are a little on the delicate side and smaller, right after I said they're not delicate. And I'm going to work those in right on top on a second layer. See there? Because we do not want any dirt showing. So I can do that, no problem. Let's do some of this really good looking rubrotinctum. And remember, you can distress the heck out of your root balls too. You don't have to plant the whole 1 gallon can. How cute is that? Maybe a couple of these. Oh, here we go. This is another Sedivaria, aptly labeled hybrid, which is when we don't know. All right, see, mix it up. You want to mix up your colors and your textures. You can also pop cuttings into the mix too if you want, and you're really brave. No problem doing that.
Do you normally do that at the end?
You can, I would suggest popping the cuttings in at the end where you see gaps in your design space. And remember, if you live in a really hostile area or temperatures are, you know, looking to exceed 80, 90 degrees, you are probably going to want to not work with cuttings. Okay. Whoops. Okay, that's all right. See, this is how they do it at the nurseries. They take these little plugs and they pop them into a 1 gallon can. That's how they do it. So it's not one plant that you're getting about 6. Right, that's sweet. This is the red version. This is the pink version of the same plant. How lucky are we? And if you don't have, you know, the resources to go out and buy enough plants to pack your fountain completely full right out of the gate, you can leave some space and just continue to add as you're able. That is not a problem at all. So I decided, I eyeballed this little aloe. This is a really tough girl. And I'm going to do something else in this pot with this euphorbia. And I'm going to see how these aloes look planted en masse in the top of my fountain with no drainage and not a whole lot of room for soil. I want something up there that's going to thrive and survive. And this little aloe is like plastic. So it can just be in there. The client doesn't have to worry about anything, doesn't have to water it. It's got plenty of moisture in its leaves and stem to sustain it. It'll be absolutely fine. It'll turn a really beautiful orange color with the stress and will give us a variant of texture, which I think is something that I want to support that. So let's get these way in here. Whoa, that's a big one. That's what she said. Okay, and then that guy there. I don't have enough to work my way all the way around, but we've got some little other variant, little aloe tiny guys too over here that he's cleaning. So I'm going to steal a couple of those.
Go right ahead.
Right? These I'm going to take off the roots because I don't need them up here. And I can pop these in.
You don't want to mix it up?
Yeah, I will. Cute. Okay. So yeah, Gordon's got more of those. If you could bring those over here, Gordon, that'd be great. I need like 4 more. And that will encompass my top layer. And then my second layer, let's start with the spiller. What's going to happen with this is it's going to spill into the lower bowl and probably root, which will actually be really cool. And it also provides a little bit of shade for whatever I plant right there. I've got this Athona capensis as well, which is a big favorite. This is what I've got in my clam at home, remember, in the courtyard. So I can work in all of this. I can work in part of it. I can do whatever with it. I think I'm going to work with the whole thing. Stick it right there. And that will be fantastic. And I have 3 of those and another Senecio. So I should be able to get a really even presentation going of spillers. I'll do this one in the back. Okay. It's so hard to find spillers that are mature. Usually you get these little kind of wimpy things like this. So Gordon really saved the day bringing these guys from home. Okay, then I can put this one here. And my last one then.
Oh, on this side to the left.
Yeah. Well, I've got that one there, so I'll do this one over here. There. So think about it, how things are going to spill. Very nice. Maybe spread these apart a little more since I don't have a third for that top section. And then I'm looking at this and I'm thinking balance and confirmation. Note how this Echeverria is elevated higher than this one here. That looks really cool. And because they make such a strong visual statement, I'm going to do a third one here to kind of split the difference.
And then you just kind of
And
process, right?
yeah, and I think I will also plant some smaller things in front of this one because I had this one right up against the edge. So just to kind of mix it up a little, we'll plant some things in front. And then, you just continue the process. So, ta-da, here we go. Completed succulent fountain. I just had fun with it, and you should too. Just pop stuff in, do you. Know that you can always make changes and adaptations. If it is particularly hot and you're concerned about your plants, you can always create shade by draping shade cloth over it or staging an umbrella. Water it gently when it's dry. Let it dry out completely before you water a second time. So you'll want to check to make sure the soil is dry in between watering so nothing rots. But succulents are just made for this kind of thing. I mean, roots are kind of optional. They just don't really have that many requirements. Unlike other plants, they're not sensitive to microclimates, meaning that this one's not going to grow and this one isn't because it's 6 inches apart and getting 2 seconds more sun a day. So yeah, you can just get away with murder and have a bunch of fun. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent fountain tip of the day.